Hey friends, welcome to another edition of Cool People I Know or Meet with Nick Arnette. That's me, but I want you to meet my awesome new friend, Jane Miller. Hey, Jane.
Hi, how are you?
Friends, Jane Miller is the best, and I'll tell you why. Because she lip synced one of my comedy bits, and I have never, ever been so honored. Jane is my first guest from Tasmania. How about that? Jane, you made my day last week. I know I have arrived. I've been doing comedy over 30 years. And all of a sudden, and I don't check my Instagram very much. And I'm going through it, and there it is. I mentioned on Instagram. So I click on it, and there you are, lip syncing one of my bits.
Thing with litter, are you ever in your car, somebody's eating an apple, and when they're done, they'll toss the core out the window? That's littering, isn't it, friends? Some people say it's biodegradable. And so is money. No one throws that out the window, right? Unless you buy lottery tickets, right? Yeah. Other people say you could throw apple cores out the window because it gives the animals something to eat. So they can come down to the road for a nice, big, healthy snack before they're squished by a Winnebago. Then they're biodegradable, aren't they, friends? Yes. Now, the most creative rationale for throwing an apple core out the window is it will plant seeds for other trees to grow. And of course, our highways are lined with apple trees. Yes. Right next to the cigarette bush.
How in the heck did you come across doing that? How did that happen?
I'm a huge fan of comedy, and when I started doing TikTok in March, I joined like a lot of people joined during the start of the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
And I now just spend my time on YouTube and Googling stand-up comedians, and people recommend people as well. And I check them out. And if I find it funny, I save it and I do my lip syncing against it. So yeah.
Well, you do it so much better than me.
I
You do
know.
it so much better. Oh my gosh.
That's because I record it so many times. I am recording it and recording it and recording it till I find one part of it that I like, and then I just quickly hit post before I can change my mind about it. So
But you have to get it all in one shot. It's not edited. It's all the way through, right?
there's a lot of ones on there who do the segments,
Uh-huh.
but I started doing mine all in one hit, and I just find that easier.
Well,
I don't have to change, like they use costumes and wigs, and I don't. I have my craft props, and I think the most I've done is I've got a tiara behind me. I've used that in one of my clips. The rest of the time, it's just me and my craft in one hit if I can do it. So
I have these little stutters and all, and you get all of that. So you have
yeah,
to remember all of that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I saw that not only me, but there you have, how many videos do you have posted like that? Approximately.
It's over 500, and that terrifies me. That terrifies me that I have that many videos of me out there for everybody to see, because I'm not naturally a confident out there person. So I don't know where this has come from, but I'm loving every minute of it.
Well, have you found, I find it hard to believe because we talked about this interview. You weren't even sure you wanted to do it.
Oh, petrified.
Yeah, and you're doing great, by the way. You're awesome. And I just want everybody to know about you. And you know, you've done 500 of these approximately. So are you getting a lot of feedback from that?
I am. I'm getting a lot of great feedback. A lot of the people that I'm doing, even if they just like the video, that's for me, that is just mind blowing. That they even see it, that they even acknowledge that it's there, sort of thing. It's just crazy to me. So yeah, loving it.
How did you decide that, hey, this is I'm going to do this? How did you do your
It,
first
it
one?
didn't. I was doing a few different things when I started on TikTok, which if you can scroll that far down all the videos, you'll see. And then I think I did 2 that were the lip syncs, and I loved it, but I wasn't sure if that was my niche. And then one of them really took off. It didn't go like viral, but enough people saw it that I'm like, okay, this is what people enjoy seeing, and I'm okay at it. So I just continued doing that. And how it came about that I do it all in the craft room is a lot of the early stuff was done. I had a really strong bout of insomnia in about end of April, and I wasn't sleeping at all. So I'd come into the craft room so as not to disturb my husband because he was sleeping. And I would just knock out videos, and I'd knock out like 5 a night. And I'd just be sitting here doing my craft, trying to just do something to stay awake. And then everyone's just like, what craft are you doing? And what's that tool you're using? And so I stick in the craft room now, and it's my thing. It's my little niche now, is that's what I do.
So what do you use? Do you use your phone, an app on your phone or a computer?
Yeah, I just use TikTok on my small phone.
Wow.
I have progressed so far. My husband laughed at me when I got my first ring light. I'm not even using it at the moment. I thought, well, I'm famous now. I have to have a ring light. So, and he actually used it for his for one of his things when he was doing some study, and he had to do a Zoom course.
Well, I want you to get famous. I mean, you just have a brilliant mind, and you just made me so happy. And I don't know if you know this, but the day that you did mine, somebody copied you doing me.
Oh,
do you have the exact same bit? The exact same, I'm sure they saw yours first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of there's an option on TikTok where you can use the sound that somebody else has used, and then you can make your own video using that sound. I have done that. I have found sounds on TikTok that I have used, but I like finding clips or bits of routines that people aren't all that familiar with.
Yeah.
And I prefer recording them and putting them up. And I like introducing, like, the amount of people that have come back and said, the amount of comedians I've discovered since watching yours, because then once they've enjoyed that particular clip, they then go back and see the other routines, and just introducing them to new comedians. And
I am so grateful to you. I've been doing this over 30 years, and hardly anybody knows who I am. You know, but to have this, seriously, absolutely one of the highlights. So I want to thank you for just absolutely tickled.
Oh no, thank you, because I'm having the time of my life, and like anybody, my family will all tell you, this isn't me, this isn't what I do. My sister is the putting yourself out there kind of person, but I just figure, to me, I'm still hiding in my craft room, and it's weird that the people in America and in Europe and that are commenting, saying that they love what I'm doing, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything. So
wow. Yeah, you're not a comedian then. You don't do stand-up comedy,
no
sketch comedy,
no,
none of that.
would not have the confidence to do anything like that.
So what do you call, what would you call yourself then?
I'm just a funny introvert, I guess. I don't really know. I did just, I think 2 days ago or yesterday, I just did post one of my own little stories that I had posted that on TikTok, just a little anecdote about a funny thing that happened during a drug test at work, that I thought was funny. And it's weird, like when I post the video of me lip syncing other people's, like, I get a lot of comments about it. But the 2 times that I've gone in there and made a video talking at length as me, like, the comments are crazy coming out of the woodwork saying, it's so good to hear your own voice, and that was really good. And so the little things like that give me confidence.
Isn't that great? Good.
Yeah. And so I'm starting to think of, like, what other things have happened to me that I can maybe incorporate into but it's weird because on TikTok you've got your 1 minute that you've got to tell your little skit in. when I do my milestones of followers, like at 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, that sort of thing, I post a segment clip, like 5 or 6 parts, and I post that all in a row as a little celebration thing to thank everyone for their support. And yeah, so they're a little bit harder, but again, so much fun.
So much. Oh, awesome. Now, and you have a regular job. You have a full-time
do.
job. What kind of work is that?
I do admin at a heritage railway here on the west coast of Tasmania. Looking forward to.
And how do people find you? I'm going to put this all over this video because I really want people to find you.
Yeah. So it's just I've either got Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and my name on all of them is Hang On, Let Me Ask Mum.
Hang on.
I don't know how that came about. I got that username when I very first joined TikTok, and now I'm thinking maybe it's a bit too long, but I'm not going to change it now.
Well, I was able to decipher it, so I like it.
Yep.
But
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you're just such a tremendous talent. One of my gifts, Jane. Seriously, I am really, really good at judging people's talents, at knowing what talent is. I am so freaking good at it. I would be the best person on America's Got Talent or any of that because I'm really good at recognizing talent. Yep. Really good. And I just want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing.
I'm having such a good time.
Yeah. You know, because people are going through tough times, and you're just making them laugh. And oh my gosh,
that's what everyone says. Like, they say if they've had a hard day at work, they just appreciate coming home and just seeing one of my videos. And I'm like, well, if that's what I can bring, then that's what I bring, and I love it. I love that I can do that for people. It still freaks me out that I am having that effect on people, but I'll take it.
Oh, please do. Please. And keep sharing it. I cannot thank you enough. So again, all her social media is going to be all below here when I do the editing, because I want everybody to, I want you to be world famous. When COVID's done, I want you to go on tour.
Oh, that's terrifyingly.
A lip syncing tour. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh, stop.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say to your fans before we leave, before we sign off?
Oh, no, just thanking everybody so much for their support and their kind words and everything. And it blows my mind. It's just amazing.
Well, absolutely, I'm glad. Amazing. And I hope you get a whole bunch more, because it's the best way for it to happen. You just did it out of the goodness of your heart. And I hope something really good comes back.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, friends. Friends, I'm glad you got to meet my new friend, Jane Miller. Oh my gosh, what a talent.
Thank you.
And all her social media there. Follow her. Oh my gosh, 500 videos. And you pick some great comedians, by the way. I'm so honored to be in their company.
I just figure if you make me laugh, I'll put it out there and hopefully make everybody else laugh as well.
Well, I'm glad I did. And you certainly made me laugh. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Jane. All right. Hey friends, I'm so glad you got to meet Jane Miller. Isn't she awesome? She said she's really shy and didn't want to do the interview, but she did great. And you know who else is great? You are. And until next time, everyone, be cool.